Well, hello my YouTube friend. Today it is with a great pleasure that I'm going to present you this video that will be a little bit different than the others because it's going to be almost a love declaration. A love declaration to a maker and a contemplation of a true art piece that I have in hand, the HYDRA from Master LERMAN in Israel. The guy is 26 years old and he's a pure artist. So why a declaration of love? You know, I've talked about that relentlessly on my previous video. A knife is something special as a tool, you know. Is a tool, that's what I was going to say. You have some mechanics, so the mechanics can be really interesting. You have the function as a tool, you know, it can be, you know, slicer, thruster, whatever. But sorry about that. You have the function, the tool, and you have the artistry, of course. When you can combine all these elements together, it's just incredible. But that's not it. I mean, that's a simple object after all. Even if you have all those elements together, it's just an object at the end of the day. Then after that, you will have, of course, the maker. The maker, you can respect it or not. I mean, you can also have some pieces, and I used to have pieces made by some guys that I really don't respect. Not that I disrespect them, but I don't respect them really. But it's always better, of course, when you can respect the maker. Respect the maker for his craft, for the fact that he's a savvy businessman, that he has a great customer service. That's the professional part. But then after that, you can also respect the man, as a friend. And you know what? You can combine all these things, the object with, again, the tool, the artistry, the mechanism, the maker, because the maker as a professional, he's great, and also the man, because you really like the man. This is the best combo you can ever find. And when you finally get a knife from this guy that is made specifically for you, I mean, this is something that doesn't happen every day. That's why today I am a little bit overwhelmed. And with that being said, I'm gonna try to, you know, to stay a little bit focused and to present you this beautiful knife that I have here, because this is also where what is the purpose of this video. But you know, my video are not just like the others. For those of you who follow me, you know that I like to digress, and I don't have any other purpose than sharing with you the great piece and my thoughts about knives and the community in general. I mean, you know me. No need to present myself. It's just the way I am. So this is how I like to present my videos. And now let's go on with the presentation of the knife. So we have here, sorry about that, a HYDRA. So a word about Lee. Lee is a 26 years old knife maker. I think he studied not that long ago. I mean, this is the work that you can expect to have from a maker that has done that all his life. And you know what? You can spend a lifetime if you don't have what it takes, the craftsmanship, the artistry, the genius. Let's call that genius. If you don't have that, you can spend 2 lifetimes and you won't get those results. So, you know, genius doesn't need and doesn't wait for time. When you're one, it's just, I mean, you can just hide it, you know, and even if you just started not that long ago, the result is just absolutely mesmerizing, because you know that I have great knives, but that knife can compare to, I mean, the best that I have. Literally, I mean, I tried to find some things to say. Maybe we can find something, you know what, at the tip. Look at that. I mean, the tip is, you see, a little bit, sorry about that. I'm losing the, yeah. A little bit, you know, not even on the tip, but nothing. I mean, really, you have to to look with a really close eye. And this, I don't even see that perfection. Oh man, I was going to say even with Rexford. I mean, this is Rexford like. quality-wise, that's Rexford Light. Really, it's incredible. That is the kind of genius that we have here. Of course, he just did for now one design, and he doesn't have all the craziness that Rexford had for his crazy build. But quality-wise, when you take a knife like that, it's the same kind of perfection. So now let's talk about this knife. What do we have here? So that's his main design, is the HYDRA. He made it, I don't know when, I think 2 years ago, and there has been some evolution, and the latest one is the swedge, the great swedge that he does here, that is just fantastic. Before that, he didn't have any swedge. He's using a lot of material, and I'm happy because this is exactly what I wanted. This knife is classy. It's a long knife, you know, a very long knife. The blade is over 4 inch, and overall, I think it's like 9.5 long. I'll correct it if it's not wrong, but it's fairly a long knife. And you know that I don't like really more longer knives, but this one is I cannot imagine being yes, you know what, I could, you know, I'd love Lee eventually to make probably a smaller version of that would almost like, you know, Jerry McGuinness did a smaller version of the Persian, and the mini Persian now are even more anticipated than the bigger one. So that set aside, we have a long knife here, and the only evolution that I know of is the swedge. Basically, you have a very nice Persian with lines that are just insane. Look at the roundness, the contouring that you have here is just incredible. I mean, I don't know if I will have enough of this video to say what I think about the design, but this design is just absolutely incredible. Now, check just about the design. Check what the swedge brought to the design. Look at the swedge. It follows the line here, and I'm sure that Lee wanted that for sure. It follows the line here of the handle, and that is absolutely fantastic. Design-wise, it's just crazy. Now, we have almost the same build each time. I think he made some just simple frame lock, but basically this is what you're gonna get: scale, bolsters, a bolster lock construction, and collar, pivot collar that are going to be the same material as the scale. This is basically what you're going to get when you're going to get a knife from him, and the finish can be really different. You can be classy like this one, can be like dressy with mokutai. I mean, not that it's not dressy, but with mokutai, and you can have also really like micarta and more EDC friendly finish. The handle, yeah, as I said, there are a lot of contouring. As you can see, I mean, just check that. The grooves that you have here on the choil, the contouring around the bolster, just insane. The junction, and you know that I like bolster for that, because they provide a way to express your artistry and your craft by doing flawless junction, and those are absolutely flawless. Here you have a small gap, but don't remember that it's a bolster lock, so it's a small gap here because of the tension of the lock. But other than that, the gap is, I mean, there's no gap at all. The junctions are absolutely flawless. Sorry about that. So nice contouring. Now on the back, look at that. I mean, those standoffs are just insanely beautiful. The back spacer, I love the design of the back spacer with this hole of a groove here in order to put a lanyard hole for those of you who care. I don't, but I think it's really nice. The design, there's so much on the back of the knife that is just incredible. Look at that, standoff, back spacer. I mean, everyone will be happy. Those who like standoffs, you will have standoffs. So if you have back spacer, you have back spacer, and even a lanyard if you want. That's the best option that he can provide. Then after that, you have on the other side the clip. The clip, as you can see, has hidden hardware, and it's set in a very low carry, and I love the design of this clip. Just brilliantly done, absolutely perfect. All the hardware is titanium, and the way he's inserting his pivot collar here is just phenomenal. I want to speak about also the material here, because we have here ironwood that has, I mean, I'm going to try to focus a little bit more even on this, because the finish of this ironwood is just insane. I have yet to find a better finish on the wood than this one. I mean, it's just after all, it's a matter of taste. But those lines, those dark lines that will get darker in time, even, are just mesmerizing. And the contrast that it brings with the bronze finish on the bolster is simply mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And also the hardware, of course, is going to be bronze, as is the clip. Okay? Now, the only thing that I don't really like is the flipper tab. But, you know me, I'm not going to say that I like those long flipper tabs. But with the detent that you have, you need to have some leverage. I mean, I was going to say, why not actually? I was going to say R.J. Martin-like. It's an R.J. Martin tab, but it's also an R.J. Martin detent. The detent is strong. Again, it's a flipper, so I don't care. And I think it's the best way to deploy it, because the action, as you can see, is splendid. And this is where we're at. Speaking about the tension, the action. The action, as you saw, is just, I mean, it fires like a rocket. Really nice action.